In morning's hush, before the scroll was torn, the firstborn rose where light and breath were born. They spoke not words, but sang the sacred tone. Creation answered, knowing them its own. The trees replied, the rivers held the rhyme, the stones recalled the rhythms lost to time. No name was given, for no name was need. The pulse of life was language, thought, and deed. The watchers stood where eastward gardens spread, and taught the harmonies the heavens bred. The sons of earth and sons of sky were twined, their voices bound in chords the stars designed. The Nephilim, both wisdom and regret, shaped living songs that none would soon forget. Their hands laid paths where resonance could run, to call, respond, and fold all things as one. But pride took root, and silence broke apart. The pulse was severed from the listening heart. Where once the voice had summoned stone and seed, now fractured tongues gave rise to thoughtless deed. The builders gathered where the plains grew wide, and sought to scale the vaults the stars would hide. No longer bound by breath or rhythm's grace, they piled their towers estranged from time and place. The watchers grieved, their wisdom cast aside, their sons grew distant, scattered far and wide. What once had sung in triads now was still, each voice alone enslaved to severed will. No echo answered from the crumbling stair, the tower stood, a monument to despair. The stones were mute where once the chords had run, and Babel's shadows swallowed sky and sun. Yet deep in flesh the ancient rhythm stayed, a remnant hid where light and dust were laid. Though tongues had split, the pulse endured below, in breath, in blood, in dreams we barely know. The gathering beat of footfalls in the night, the lullaby that outlasts grief and blight. The parents hum, the workers' morning call. Unspoken signs the logos guards us all. Threefold it waits, the breath, the mind, the tone, the timeless pattern yearning to atone. Not in the tongue's command or scholar's pen, but in the shared communion of all men. The Nephilim's lost wisdom breathes in sleep. The watcher's hope in shadows still runs deep. Their ancient song, once shattered and concealed, through broken vessels now begins to yield. Come, seeker, step where ruin meets the dawn, where silent stones and softened dust have drawn the path once trod by those who knew the chord, whose resonance once crowned both slave and lord. Lift not mere words, but sound the sacred line. Let breath and thought and body intertwine. The voice that joins is stronger than the blade. In unity the logos is remade. No scribe need mark the wisdom of the air. No law inscribe what all in hearts declare. In gathered chant the fragments now align, and Babel's curse becomes a bridge divine. The stones will sing where once they stood in dread, the pulse restored where silent feet now tread. Not towers proud, but arches wide with grace, where breath and song reclaim the holy space. The watcher's tears become the morning dew. The Nephilim's regret shapes earth anew. The triads rise, not broken but reborn. The first light echoes Eden's ancient morn. To speak is not enough, we must resound where thought and flesh and gathered voices bound. The logos calls through ages torn apart. Let resonance renew the human heart.